I don't want to be stressing about my intestines not working again. Morning lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amity Gilmour and this is my life. This week I think we need to sit down and talk about. Morning lovelies, I am just on my way to do the grocery shopping and we literally have an Aldi like right near our house, so I'm just like going there. This is what I'm wearing tonight to Bible study. The shirt is from Cotton On, the jacket's from my next door neighbor, and the pants are from JJ's. I'm so exhausted and I just feel very depleted. I am not feeling good. See like my breakout? But that is usually a sign that I'm going into a flare-up, and like among other things that are signs. Hello, we need to stop meeting like this. I am on my way to the bus again. Literally, I feel like every morning has started off like this in these videos. But oh well. Got a doctor's appointment, yay! Hey, doctor's appointment went really well. My intestines were a little quiet at times, but that's okay because then they started to kick in again, which is great because we don't want to be stressing about my intestines not working again. That would be too stressful. In terms of like my girly system and my scans and stuff, it looks okay, but it still kind of doesn't look the best. But at this point, it's not like a complete emergency that we have to like rush and do things straight away ASAP, which is good. My thoughts were like, if it's not an emergency, is there a way we can just like not do anything about it? And it doesn't look good, but it's not an emergency and I have to prioritize my other systems at the moment. So yeah, cool, everything's okay. Hello, we're gonna get really real here and I'm just going to explain to you what's kind of like going down. So these scans that I was having for my gastrointestinal tract and more so for my feeding tube placement to make sure that like everything was okay, because I've had non-stop troubles with it since I got it. Those scans were picking up incidental findings of my ovaries and there was a few things that they were picking up. One of the things was I had a lot of cysts at a lot of different times, and I'm not too worried about that because cysts aren't really a big thing for me that I feel like I need to go deal with straight away. Now, not saying that if you have problems with cysts that is not valid. It definitely is valid, but from my experience, like where I'm coming from, I just don't want to have to deal with cysts if it's not actually at a point where it's debilitating my life at the moment. And I need to prioritize other organs that aren't doing so well, because unfortunately with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is the condition that I have, with it being a connective tissue disorder, multiple organs are affected. Now, as most of you know, it's May, meaning it's Ehlers Danlos Syndrome Awareness Month. And I do want to sit down and just kind of talk through a few of my thoughts on Ehlers Danlos Syndrome and how I feel it's like living with Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, and also kind of explaining how my thought processes and how my EDS is kind of like showing up at the moment in different ways, just to kind of bring that awareness and also show you that it can be really stinking hard. I just explain first off the whole incident with my ovaries. So yes, there was cysts that were showing up, but then another thing that was showing up was ovarian torsion, which when they had taken the scan, I was in extreme pain, and so that would explain ovarian torsion, and I was in pain quite like in the right area, which is where they had seen that there was ovarian torsion. Now, what is ovarian torsion? Ovarian torsion is basically where the ovaries are twisted, like the fallopian tubes twist, and if it happens for long enough and it's not dealt with, then it can cut circulation off to the ovaries, and then the tissue, the organ, the ovaries, it dies. One of them dies, the one that's affected. That is obviously not good because it makes having children difficult. You still can have children with one ovary, it's just not as easy. I am not at a stage in my life where I'm thinking about having children anytime soon, but it is a desire of mine for the future. However, that being said, I'm also realizing that it may not be a reality for me, which is really sad. But it's still something that is not completely ruled out. It's not completely impossible. But I actually did have this conversation with my doctor today because of, you know, talking about girly parts, and obviously she realizes that I'm not like in a stage in my life where I want to get married or like have kids anytime soon. Like obviously if a guy comes along, and it will happen as it happens, but at this stage there's no guy on the scene, so like it's just not really, you know, what I'm thinking about. But she did say, look, I should probably flag this with you, but if, you know, you do want to have children, I would suggest actually coming and seeing a doctor or a specialist before you decide to have kids, because of the risk involved with Ehlers Danlos syndrome. Now, different Ehlers Danlos syndromes have different risks with pregnancy. Some of the EDSs are known to increase risk of rupturing your uterus in one of the trimesters, I forget which one, which can be quite dangerous for both the mother and the baby. Now, my doctor did say that the ovarian torsion that was picked up, number one, it's actually not, there's no torsion as we speak, like there's no torsion at the moment, but there definitely was torsion on the day that they like got that scan done. She did recognize that ovarian torsion is actually something that you can be at high risk for with Ehlers Danlos syndrome because of the flexibility and the mobility of your organs. Yes, the hypermobility of your organs, that is a thing with EDS. It may not be a thing with everyone, but it's definitely a thing that I struggle with. I was diagnosed in early 2021 with visceral prolapse, meaning my organs move around a bit, and this has caused a lot of issues, especially in endoscopic procedures where they're trying to stick something down there, particularly a tube, where my anatomy is a lot different to a lot of other people, and that is because it's not in the expected places you think, and it moves a lot because of the visceral prolapse, because everything moves around a lot. So that is another EDS thing that my doctor has picked up. Another EDS thing that I struggle with that is not like, it's not a bad thing at all. Like it's annoying. It's not like, it's got nothing to do with like being unhealthy or like dangerous, or just, that is just something that I've hated since I was a kid, is my dental crowding. Like I had to get This is actually really good. My top layer, I actually had to get a jaw expander when I believe I was 12, because my jaw was like this and my teeth were just like crowded on top of each other and it looked really bad. I've got photos and I'm just like, whoa. I never got my bottom done, so I'll just show you what it looks like. I have like these vampire things. My bottom wasn't as bad, so we didn't really like do that, but my top was like really bad. But now it's like so much better, which is like really good. Obviously, other EDS things that I grew up struggling with so much was dislocation. I still struggle with that. My knees in particular, like both knees, would basically dislocate on so many occasions. I would have to actually go to hospital on some of those occasions because it was dislocated so bad. And usually if like it was dislocated to a point where like it was like I was passing out, which yes, that would happen. I still don't know why, but like on a few occasions if I dislocated it bad enough, I don't know whether it was from reaction to the pain or whether it hit a nerve, like ugh, it just, I would dislocate and then like usually I'd go to bed and then the next morning I'd wake up with it still dislocated and then I'd be in shock and then I start vomiting and I would also kind of faint as well. It was not good. I also dislocated my fingers a lot. Guitar was very hard to play because of that. I still play guitar and I still love to play guitar and I love music, but like it's a struggle, definitely. I was very flexible growing up to the point that in dance group people would like take videos of me doing crazy flexible stuff because it was like crazy. The sit and reach test, everyone was so shocked that they were taking photos of my results because they're like, oh my gosh, this is like, are you a Lasta woman or something? So yeah, there was just like all those kind of things. And so that is kind of a taste of what I struggle with. I struggle with different pains in different areas, heart issues like heart pains, chest pains, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which I also have, and also like anxiety, depression, and autism, which can come along with EDS. I don't think there's like any medical established link as of yet, but it is definitely something that has been queried. But yeah, so that's kind of a quick rundown on how EDS has affected my life. There are many different other ways EDS has affected my life, but I don't have time to say it all because it'll be a long video and I've also got a flat battery on my camera. But yeah, that is what EDS is and how it affects me. It is a really hard disease to live with sometimes, and for some people it can be progressive, and I've definitely noticed that with mine, and I've also had other doctors say that mine does have more progressive tendencies. So it is kind of hard when you're like struggling with that, but yeah, that's kind of how EDS affects me, and obviously the gastrointestinal side as well, which is obvious. That's like the main thing I talk about on my channel. I have a feeding tube. So this is the end of this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you liked it even more, don't forget to click that subscribe button. You can also follow me over my Instagram at Amity Gilmour, and if you've made it this far in the video, just comment anything, like just say hi or whatever you're feeling. Love you guys. God bless.